Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm a humanist, and I like to review Bollywood movies and trailers and things like that. I watch a lot of Indian movies. Now, today I'm not reviewing a Bollywood movie, I'm reviewing the trailer for a Marathi film called Sariat. And I was asked to do this by my friend Shrish. Shout out to Shrish. My girlfriend Jody has already seen this movie. She said it's amazing and it's a real tearjerker. So I do plan to see it because it's available, right, for streaming on Netflix. And apparently this is such a popular movie that it's going to be remade in like 5 or 6 different languages. So if you're just getting into Indian movies and you're watching my channel to get an idea of what these movies are, understand that the word Bollywood really refers to the Hindi movies, Hindi language movies. There's also a Tollywood and a Collywood and a Sandalwood and so forth. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know what kind of wood the Marathi films are. But this is not a Bollywood movie, it's a Marathi movie. All right, so it's a different language. Now, I did read the Wikipedia page for this, and I haven't seen the trailer. We're going to watch the trailer, but I did read the Wikipedia page on this to get a sense of what the storyline is really about. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the trailer. It does have subtitles, and then we're going to talk about how I feel about all of this as a humanist from America. All right? Here we go.
मला खरंच वाटत नाही मी तर आलो तुम्हाला सांग बोलती ती
So far,
खरं नाही वाटत काय
beautiful.
झालं खरंच आली
मला तुला आवडते
मला पण तो आवडतो मराठीत सांगितलेलं कळत नाही इंग्लिश मध्ये सांगू आय लव्ह यू
Aww. Young love. I think I've seen that boy before. I'm going to have to look him up.
पागल राहिला घरची
कसं आहे आता बरं आहे का
Aw, I like people in love. What's not to like about people in love?
तुझ्यावर मी नाही जाऊ
आधी तू
नाही तुझ्या मला तर 1 मिनिट पण एक वर्षासारखं वाटायला लागलं तुझी शपथ मला नाही कर मग तुझ्याशिवाय
This is so Romeo and Juliet, isn't it?
कुणाच्या बुडाखाली किती
Here come
अंधार
the
आहे
families.
समजा तालुक्याला माहिती अहो तालुका सांभाळायचा राहू द्या
And the politicians.
आधी आपल्या बायका सांभाळा म्हणावं यांना
जपर गोडा लागला आमच्यावर
तुला फाडेल तुला
उद्याच्या उद्या गाव सोडायचं नाही तर कापून पिकीन उसा त्याला
परशाला हात तर लावून बघ काय तुझं थोबाड फोडलं तर नावाची आरची नाही
का रुकू का
उपटे आधी सांग तुझा आवाज उपटे
मी नाही लागणार शकत तुझ्याशिवाय
अर्चे
चक मारायला मारायला आली मी तुझ्या बरी इथं नदीच्या काठी एक छोटं घर असायला पाहिजे झुझू वाहणारं पाणी पुढं अंगणात मोठी बाग
मी कामाला जाते
मी स्वयंपाक करीन
मी लाकडं तोडून आहे
मी दारात उभारून तुझी वाट बघ
So, okay. Whew. So, according to the Wikipedia, the problem with their romance is that she's an upper caste woman and he is a lower caste boy, right? So, upper caste girl, lower caste boy. And obviously her family does not approve, tries to beat the boy up, tries to get him to go away. The girl intervenes and runs away with him, right? And they're obviously chaste because that's what happens. I'm a humanist. I'm also an American. And we don't have a caste system here. We have other social markers. We have, income, we have race, we have religion, but we don't have a caste system. And regardless of however you want to distinguish between us versus them, I'm a humanist, so I'm against it. There's only us. We're all human, right? The idea of caste, the idea of discriminating people on religion, the idea of discriminating based on race, anything, we're human, period. All right. And in my background, my dad's family was Catholic, my mom's family was Jewish. They still got married, they still had a great family. Me, my brother, and my sister were all good people. These marriages work, and I'm living proof of that. Although both my parents were not really religious, they were both free thinkers. All right. But here's my point. Love is so fragile and it's so rare that when people find it, we should be celebrating it. We should not be tearing people apart because we don't approve of the caste of the other person. It's ridiculous. There's no such thing as caste. It's an artificial social construct. And we do a tremendous amount of harm to people by enforcing these social norms, right? These kids are thrown out of their families. They have to run away. They have to scrounge. Getting married can be very, very difficult. Starting a life for yourself is even harder. Doing that without any support at all is almost impossible, right? And their families not only abandon them, they try to kill them. So in addition to trying to make a life for themselves, they also have to hide from their family. To keep the boy alive and safe from the family who does not approve of the intercaste marriage. Y'all need to get over it, all right? Yeah, and we in America are still dealing with interracial marriage. It's a lot more accepted than it used to be, but it's still controversial in places depending on where you live. There's not interfaith marriages are still kind of not the norm, right? And so, yeah, in America, we have our own marital tensions, but we don't tend to hunt people down and try to kill them if they're in the wrong group. The couple just move away and don't have contact with their parents. Right? The parents don't, get a posse together and hunt them down. That doesn't really happen here. It might have used to happen. You don't hear about that happening in the U.S. Now, is this sort of parental restriction on who kids marry common? Yeah, we've had stories like this. I don't know how many Indian movies I've seen where this is the plot line, right? Amir Khan, when he did Sach Mein Jayate, he did a whole, I think, 2 episodes on intercaste marriage, and how horrible it is when parents do this. They hunt people. Don't do that. But these stories, this is a Romeo and Juliet. Ultimately, this is a Romeo and Juliet story. So this goes back to Shakespeare's time. And it happened before Shakespeare. I can guarantee you we just don't have stories that are compelling from before Shakespeare, right? Parents have been not approving of their kids' marriages since time immemorial. But here's what I would suggest as a humanist we do instead of these arbitrary decisions, because according to the Wikipedia page, this boy in this movie, yeah, he's lower caste, but he's top of his class academically. He's athletic star. He's an ideal person. He's really talented. He's got a lot going for him, except for his caste. That's the sort of person you'd want your daughter with in normal world. If you're a parent, don't do this to your kids, right? Don't do it. Your kids deserve better than this. There's a really great line in My Name is Khan where they talk about if the person is a good person and they're doing good, that's what matters. If they're a bad person and they're doing bad things, then that's what's matter. That's how you judge people. You don't judge them by caste. You don't judge them by skin color. You don't judge them by religion. As a humanist, I'm just horrified when people do this. I don't do it myself, or I try not to do it myself. I judge people. If you're a good person, great. If you're a bad person, that's what I needed to know. That's how I judge people. Now, I'm not saying that parents shouldn't have an input on who their kids marry. My parents both told me to make sure my husband married me. They put me under orders, get this guy to marry you. And they'd never said that before. I dated several guys, and this is the first one that they said, make sure this guy marries you. And I think what it was is they know me best. They could see how I was in relationship to my husband, and they could see that he was bringing out the best in me and that I was thriving in relationship to him. And so they encouraged me to marry him, which I did. And I'm very happily married, going on 16 years now. So I do think parents have a role to play, but it shouldn't be they should not be making arbitrary decisions for their kids. If your children are in love and the person is a good person and they're thriving with that person, be happy for them. Don't tear them apart, and for God's sakes, don't hunt them down and try to kill them, right? That is not okay. It is not okay, right? Let's judge people based on how they act. And if they are good to your child and they are bringing out the good in your child, then that is what you're looking for. Getting married, starting a family, it's hard enough to do without support. It's almost impossible. And if people are actively trying to kill you, it's impossible. All right? Don't set your kid up for failure. Support them. Help them. Do not judge people arbitrarily based on caste. Be okay with this. We're not going to progress as a species until we let go of the us versus them, or we're better than them, or whatever that is about. I know the tribal instincts run deep in the human species, but we need to work past that and see past that and find the compassion in ourselves to recognize the humanity of every single human being on this planet. So as a humanist, another movie about the caste system tearing love apart is horrifying to me. And I can see why my girlfriend cried heavily when she watched this movie. Am I still going to watch it? Yeah. Will I be upset by it? Yeah. But that's the point, right? How do we move past our preconceived notions about other people and things like the caste system or the interracial marriage in the United States if we don't watch movies where we see what the harm of our beliefs are? And there is real harm in the caste system. It does real harm to people. So let's try to move past that as humanists. And apparently this movie does a really good job of driving that point home.